Darlene Lecan, and I'm from the Ojibwe Nation of Saugeen Indian Tribe number 258 in the Treaty 3 territories. That's up north here. Okay. Yeah, I heard a lot of good comments and it makes me think. But I stand here today and I'm going to speak about poverty, how it is to live in the city. I'll be the example of this Indian. I'm going to speak simple. And I'll try to get my point across as to how it is to be a very poor Indian woman in her own rich country. Okay? So, I'm also a spokesperson for the off-reserve people, off and on, but mainly on, because I'm focusing on, like, okay, I'm a residential school survivor too. I might go all over the place with my story, but I'll make it really quick. I'm a residential school survivor as well, okay? And I went through the whole 9 yards of being a Anishinaabe woman with nothing, made to be nothing, probably born to be nothing, but that's all right, just as long as I love myself, being who I am. Just like I said, I'm a whole 9 yards of the very bad Indian that everybody portrayed us, okay? Residential school survivor, I had a suicide with my son, and my son too is in the criminal justice right now. I won't get into that, but that's what I'm dealing with. And then living in this city where I fall under this systematic racism, I guess. I do feel it. But I try not to get angry and don't try to apply my street knowledge as to using my fist before. No, I used my fist wrong. But anyways, I live in a bachelor place. $650 a month as a single. Okay? So $650 a month, and you're left with 100 and maybe at the time when I first started talking about this, I was living on $106 a month in this city, and that's what I still live under. It's very hard living like that without having to think criminally or how to get a little ahead, you know, to help yourself. And then your sister living next door, who's just, you know, who has 2 hungry teenagers, you can't help but, you know, try to feed everybody. You know, I go around bumming. People get sick of me when I bum. They say, well, when are you going to pay us? I said, I don't know, but someday I will, you know. So either way, you get shot down, even from your own people, even from your own poor people, because it's almost like we're a bunch of dogs chasing our tails under the systematic system. And it's really hard, because like a lot of our people, provincial system. So, but on the other hand, that's the city living. But on the reserve part, where I come from, our chief doesn't talk to us either. Our chief doesn't acknowledge us. We've done so much rallies and everything to get our chief to the table to talk with us what's going on with our future as a signatories to the band of Saugeen. No, we're not heard. We're not heard at all. That's why we're in this situation as a very poor nation with this Saugeen band. That's where we're at. We know our reserve has a lot of money, has a lot of investments. Our chief has cutting forestries. But then the government says, oh, only the off-reserve get assistance or whatever. It's all off-reserve. If you're on reserve, that you're entitled to INAC money and everything. But if you're off-reserve, they got to be careful how they have to help the off-reserve. That's their say when they tell us, when we try to ask for something like help, support letters, jobs, and all that. So that's what they say. So when we look at ourselves, we're double whammies. Okay, then we fall into the provincial system in the cities, and it's easy to be homeless in a second by them holding back your check, and then next thing you got the landlord breathing down your back, then you got the landlord writing you up a bad report that you forgot to pay your rent on time. So it's a very vicious cycle in that way. So, you know, just observe people, you know, all I say is just, I don't know, observe, stand up. Yeah, but but that's what I'm saying now, I'm running out of time. But anyways, that's what I'm saying right now is, you know, it's very hard living like this. But meanwhile, it's our chiefs too. Our chiefs gotta stand up for us. They gotta start pulling their money out of their pocket and giving it back instead of them lining their pockets. That's what we're saying. So even our
incredible people that I've got to know in government, because they're committed to this. All those people at the back there that are there, they're part of the Anti-Racism Directorate, and I really believe that they're going to be able to make a difference in government. So have some faith in us. We'll be back around, you know, after we put the strategy forward to talk about this conversation. And please, as a community, you know, through your local leadership, through the, you know, the community, whoever, you know, have these conversations because they're important. I think this community definitely cares about the conversation about race and systemic racism. And just like when I came here to do the consultation on culture, this community is completely different from any other community across the province of Ontario. The fact that, you know, you're here, it's a bold conversation, and I think that that says a lot. And to the young man who spoke, what's your name, sir?
Robson.
What's your name?
Robson.
I just want to say, you know, your experiences that you were talking about, I don't think, I know that they happen all the time and they happen to all of us, but I honestly believe that the people of Ontario are good people overall, and there's just some bad people among us that, you know, that will say stuff that will hurt people's feelings and they will not be inclusive. I believe that you have a place in this province to help us grow, help us build, and I'm proud that you're here with us today.